What's good, gang? All my good people out there, man. Love, peace, joy, man. Peace to my good guys out there, man. All respect to everybody, man. Hey, listen, man, if you got a business, small business or business in general, or you have a YouTube channel and you need more views or more promotion for your channel or your business, please go to my description right now, man. I got a program that will set you up, that will help you get more views, more subscribers. Also, will help you promote your t-shirt brand or whatever business that you're involved in. If you need help, you need assistance right now, man, go to the description box. I got a program that's lit. It's just designed to help you to build your brand up and be able to get it out to the people that you're trying to engage with. But today we got a dope show, an amazing show, man. I know a lot of people been coming to me asking me, man, why haven't I digged into watching the video again and figuring out like all the truth that's being exposed and put to the front. You dig what I'm saying? And I went back and looked at some of the videos, right? And I'm still, every time I look at the video, even though I see it slowed down and stuff like that, when I look at Cowboy stories, man, I disrespectfully, I'm just being respectfully when I say that, none of what he's been saying has been true. From the part about him going into the burger joint to get his lunch and stuff, that was false. Him being in tears at the store, that was false. Him running out to Nip at the time, that was false. If you look at the period of time that he actually came outside to run towards Nip, you know what I mean? It was like way, way later. All the time was off when it come down to Cowboy. And then it's so ironic, man, within the paperwork and the testimonies that we have gotten about the Round Paul and the Eric Holder situation. They were saying that he dapped them up and he handed them something like that, which was in the paperwork. See, the thing is, when Cowboy was in the courtroom, he couldn't do nothing but tell the truth. So we found on the Ingram, the one that got the burger out of the burger spot. But like I say, it was cameras in the burger spot, it's cameras at the phone store. You know what I mean? And when I look at all of it's crazy because I went back, like I said, I went back and looked at the videos, and and we found out, we see Eric Holder. He walks up first. The first, if you want to start the whole story from the beginning, that Nip was supposed to be coming towards the store or whatever. You know what I mean? And he came there, and I guess he seen Round Paul out there. He came. He haven't seen him in a while. I mean, that's what Cowboy was putting out in his statements, that he haven't seen Round Paul in a while. I guess they haven't talked in a good while or whatever. He came out, got out of the car, and wanted to talk to him or chop it up with him or whatever. Like I say, the story's been changing a lot, from the Carrie Lintham story to a lot of things that Cowboy was saying that have not been accurate. You can't really check a list on Cowboy's story because it changed a lot of times, and his stories wasn't accurate. Once they actually put out the video footage of the actual scene and what was going on, you realize that things changed. For instance, when he said that Nipsey Hussle came to the store, you know what I'm saying, and he seen Ron Paul, he got out of the car, went to greet him, chopped it up with him, and he said Ron Paul, him, and all three of them was outside, and then I guess Eric Holder pulled up or whatever with the young lady, and Nip seen them in the car and was like, is that shitty right there, you know what I mean? And I guess, you know what I mean, they chopped it up, and then he was confronting them about the paperwork and stuff like that, that people were saying was out on him. And Eric was basically saying that people just hating on his name and trying to put him in the dirt, you know what I mean? And Cowboy was saying that if it wasn't no big deal coming from the Nip side, but evidently something was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like I say, man, either you ran the play or it was designed anger. You know what I mean? But like I told you before, I already told y'all this wasn't a situation where somebody just got mad. I believe it was all put together. Just off what Cowboy said himself. Like Cowboy basically said, Nip never just get out of the car and be coming out there. He doing it just come past, you know what I mean, do his little drop offs or whatever and just get out of there. For him to actually be sitting outside for that long period of time like that, I always felt that it was somebody ran the play. You know what I mean? Then we got the Carrie Lintham. They said when Carrie Lintham pulled up, you know what I'm saying, with his peoples or whatever, Eric Holder, you know what I mean, walked away. You know what I mean? He didn't even walk towards them when he seen Carrie Lintham. You know, like I said, I don't know if there was a fear base or what that was about, you know what I mean? But they say that homeboy backed all the way up, you know what I'm saying? So when he came over there, he squeezing shots off. I guess he felt like Carrie Lintham was a threat to him, towards him or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's a weird scenario and situation. What loses me a lot of times is everybody's story and then the actual camera footage. You know what I mean? Because they did the officer's statements, or when they came on the scene, they seen 2 guys on the floor on the ground, 3 guys on the ground. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And my whole confusion with this whole situation, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't put nothing on nobody to be hurt or nothing like that. But my thing is, how is it that Kerry Lintham and Kerry, I think this is Kerry Lintham brother or whatever, get hit and not Rim Paul? That's the thing that's always confusing me. That if he came up and he's squeezing, 'cause you got to think about, he gave Nip 11 shots, right? And if he coming up and he see all these guys, like Rim Paul almost running super fast, you know what I mean? But I ain't never known nobody to run faster than the bullet. I'm like, why is it that he didn't aim at him? Was it a fear base, or what was that about? You know what I mean? I'm like, why everybody got popped, you know what I'm saying, but except for him? That was weird to me. You know what I mean? But like I say, I'm not gonna go that far with it, but I'm just saying, like, it's weird and strange to me. Unless he really, like, I don't know, man. It just seemed weird to me, because Cowboy was even saying he felt the energy. Because like I always tell people, man, y'all know I got my spiritual channel, man, Charlie's Vision. Y'all come over there, check that out. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I've been telling people this for a long while, and I've been trying to break this down to people. It's an energy that come upon people where they can feel when something's about to go down, or feel something. Have you ever just been outside or been with your friends and somebody came around and you knew something was good to happen? You could feel the energy shift. Bro, we all got the energy, and our angels are all around us telling us stuff. But a lot of times we don't listen to it because we want to be macho and all of that type of thing. Not to get too deep on a spiritual sense. I'm just trying to tell you, a lot of times when these type of events or situations happen, you can feel the energy in the room shifting. You could tell, like, it's something about to go down. Now, Cowboy was saying he felt uncomfortable about something. You know what I mean? He felt like the energy was going into a place of darkness. Now, if you say Eric Holder was known as a head buster within the streets, I mean, just being real, if that statement came up, but the way he said it was handled and the way he was talking about it was like, nah, bro, it ain't that. You know what I mean? Like, Nip was talking to him, and it wasn't like an argument or a thing where it was like going to another level. You know what I mean? Or it wasn't no like above the realm when Pop was messing with Marlon Wayans, kicking him down type of thing. He won't saying Nip was carrying it to that extent. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like on some platinum type of thing. You know what I mean? But like I say, he said Eric Holder started talking about his music and stuff like that. It seemed like the conversation still was continuing on even after Nip was asking about the paperwork situation. So my confusion still come by. Eric Holder comes back. He popped Lintham. He popped Lintham Peoples. He popped Nip. But he ain't get Rim Paul. And that's the part that's weird to me. Like, it's strange, right? You know what I mean? I don't understand, how is that even, like, possible? How can you have let off 11 shots in Nip and everybody around, but you never aim at this person angle? I'm like, what? Why was that? Like I said, I don't wish nothing on nobody, and I don't design for nobody to be God or nothing like that. But I'm like, I felt like if that was the case, I felt like everybody knew the energy was off at that point. And Rand Paul knew, Cowboy knew, everybody knew the energy off. It's stuff for Kerry Lintham and his peoples that walked up. You know what I mean? Like I say, there's a lot of cover up, there's a lot of scheming, and there's a lot of people that's moving pieces around that's not being showed to the public. Like I say, you got all different type of organizations working together for the same goal. And I feel like once you get people involved as street guys from the hood, paying them off and giving them money for doing things, because it's bigger business than people understand. The influence of Nipsey is unbelievable, period. You know what I mean? Just having an influence like that, you know what I mean? Being able to influence people that have Jay-Z, the Diddy's, the big time 50 Cents, all these big guys in the game, the games, all these big people in the game willing to help you build these different things for the community to help the kids and be able to educate them and give them an opportunity to go to colleges or build their own businesses and just have freedom. You know, like, so it's like, it's deeper than what people making it out to be. You know what I mean? Even when I was listening to the Spider Lote in the interview, and he was saying, like, when we go back to biblical times, we don't even really know what really happened in those stories and what was really the reason behind why they did these different things to, you know what I mean, the people in the Bible and things of that nature. So when we look at these stories and we see the pieces moving around and we see the camera footage and we identifying that this guy came up and did this, and we see the young lady and all these things going on, and then Cowboy feeling like, "Yo, Nip." He probably looked at Nip and was like, "Come, Nip, like Nip." Like he was probably trying to make him come in, but I don't think he was aggressively telling him to come in. He probably was like, "Nip, come here," like, you know what I mean? Nip probably was still having a conversation, thinking that everything was regular when the whole time somebody had a scheme in place. You know what I mean? Like I say, some people say it was Cowboy. Some people got different individuals that was there planning this whole scene out. But like I say, man, it's definitely involving higher power, higher enforcers, and people that have connections to be able to know the inside intel. And in two time, we finding out and seeing that it's a lot. It's recordings of Nip of saying different things and videos starting to come out to try to bash his name, like they doing all the people that's been having little issues and stuff like that. They put all these bad videos to try to make them look bad and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But like I keep telling people, man, it's the world we live in, man. And like I said, I just did another joint about this. The world we live in, like the richer you get, the more powerful you get. It's so hard to find people that really love you, care about you, and willing to make sure you okay. You know what I mean? Because in this world, everybody's for themselves. You know what I mean? You never know what opportunities people was presented for to actually do a play like this or to make something like this happen. Because in reality, and when you sit back and think about it, somebody believed that they was going to get extra and was going to be in a better predicament. Now, we seen the Cowboy interview where he felt like, if he was going to get paid to do this and that's this and that, you know what I mean, and then go to jail, like that don't make sense. Well, it makes sense if you sit back and look at the case. When you look at the case, everybody that said something in the statements are going to get thrown out because none of it makes sense, right? You know what I mean? Even the girl that got in the car said she didn't know where he had a gun or he didn't know. Now, she's saying stuff that don't even make sense. Like literally, like everything in her statement didn't make no type of sense. Like anybody with common sense know that he got out of the car with those things in his hand. You know that. You know he got out of the car with the guns and you've seen the smoke coming from him. You know what he did. And to act like you didn't know what he did is ridiculous. Like, come on now. But like I said, I go back to say from all the statements that we heard from everybody within this case so far, we already know they're going back to court to figure it all out even deeper and going more in depth. I think by the time being so prolonged, I just feel like a lot about everybody rehearsing their lines and putting their stories together and, you know what I mean? Like putting these statements together with lawyer teams and come on, bro. Like, and sis, whoever listening, like at this time, everybody got lawyered up. Everybody got all this protection, all these things going together. And it's seeming like they trying to let this man get out. And what you gonna do? They're gonna put him in witness protection. You know what I mean? And he gonna be in the mountains somewhere. Nobody ain't gonna know it yet. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's how the game roll, bro. Like it's a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? When you getting money, getting power, and you creating things within the community, and you giving everybody opportunity to be bigger, stronger, and wiser. And I think just in general, they are afraid of to see, to be real, I'm gonna just be real with you. African Americans becoming educated, smart, and intelligent, walking around, owning businesses, and being able to take over land. I mean, that's scary to them to have a person that's putting in place these programs and stuff. You know what I mean? And getting these investors involved and being able to take over properties and put things together in a proper and sensible way. Like, I just feel like it's deeper than this some gang thing. You know what I mean? Like how they try to draw it out to be. Like I told you, a lot of times when you see these stories go down, they always try to make the narrative what they want to make it. So you'll believe in it. But see, the thing is, you got YouTube, you got all these different platforms that's breaking down what's really happening, what's really going on, what is really the scenario with these situations. Because anybody with two eyes, anybody with all their senses, and they can see this situation and for what it is, they know it's deeper than just a statement. That all was put in play to be able to go with the idea of the reasoning for why he did it. But the whole thing is, it's all false. You know what I mean? From the guy on the roof, all these different things where we looking at these different camera views and different people breaking down these points and looking at these interviews over and over again where people are changing their statements. You know what I mean? And not just that, the cameras are giving away everything, all the evidence right in front of these people. So they can't go in these courtrooms and just say all this stuff that don't make sense. But like I say, Even in the alley, they had a camera over there. You know what I'm saying? So seeing this guy run to the car, stuff like that. I just feel at this point in this whole case and this whole situation, it was foul play all the way down to the T. You know what I mean? From him being there to all this situation going off. And like I say before, I don't really know why is it that those only the three people that got hit in that small section when he was aiming or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. You know what I mean? But like I say, man, I don't know. Maybe he already peaked that. I don't know, man. That Rampart part is kind of weird to me still at this point, because I don't understand how is it, unless he got away that quick. Like, I'm talking about, he must have ran fast as heck. Like, he must have been, like, soon as he seen a flash, just been gone. You know what I mean? But then again, it's like, I don't know, man. That's a weird thing to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, when we see the footage, we see him taking off. He like out of here. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I know Cowboy was saying that he felt the energy that was shifting and he felt like something was going to happen like that. But my whole thing with Cowboy, I just feel like he just was making up everything he could possibly make up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I said, he didn't even come out of the building. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come out of the building. He was in the building the whole time. The camera footage shows Cowboy in the building the whole entire time, like just in there. He never came out to his aid until everything was gone. The man was in the car, left already. You know what I mean? He said he ran down and seen them and all of that. That was a lie. Like, how you ran out and seen them already? Come on, man. Like, this is bull, man. You know what I mean? We see you in the glass. You talking about you was in tears and all this. That was all a lie, man. Like, it was just all lies. A bunch of lies on top of lies, man. You know what I mean? And like I say, I think the frustration builds up within these stories that we keep hearing, and we realizing that, come on, man. Like when are we gonna get to a point where we get the real story? You know what I mean? But like I said, it's so deep and embedded that we focusing so much energy on these guys that we not realizing this is bigger placements behind this move that just happened. And what they doing is making you focus so much on the gang guys, the smaller players, but not the actual bigger players. That's why we got to always dig deep into these situations and really show you that it's not just them, you know what I'm saying, that's calling these shots or moving pieces around. You know what I mean? When you start talking millions of dollars and corporations and things of that nature, you got to understand it's so much more deeper than what you can relate to. You know what I mean? It's deeper. It's deeper than what these people trying to make it out to be. You know what I mean? Like, when you sit back and you think about it and you see it and you see what he's doing and you seeing all the things with the business partner and then you seeing what the guys doing with the real estate and all of that, you starting to come back to your senses, man. Like, man. So who getting this? Who getting that? You know what I mean? Who coming to power on this side? And you start breaking it all down and you start looking at the branches and you start to realize that, okay, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we seen Cowboy was a dude that was sweeping the floors and mopping up the building and taking trash out and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, he walking around with a Bentley, you know what I mean, swaths of money and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then Eric Holder all of a sudden get this big time lawyer. You know what I mean? And like I said, we really haven't heard too much from Ron Paul like that. And then David Ross just kind of disappeared off the map. You know what I mean? Kerry Lintham came in for a second. He spoke his piece. You know what I mean? A lot of confusion with that. You know what I mean? His peoples ended up getting mixed up with him. His picture online, they was having his I think his brother or some picture online, and it really was, you know what I mean, somebody else. You know what I mean? Both of them guys got hit up though. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, unfortunate situation, but I always feel like it's always a deeper and serious story behind it all, man. Like I say, when I listen to these statements and stuff like that, when the examiner come back and say like 11 shots, and then like I'm like, man, and for the dude to come back and then finish the job off like that, and like all the signals and stuff that you was getting on camera within the car, like I'm just sitting there like, bro, at this point in the game, when we all watching the video over and over again, and we seeing all this stuff, and we seeing everything, you gotta come to the conclusion and realize that this was a play put together by some very, very professional people. Like, period. They use gang people to put together a scheme, you know what I mean, for the better good of themselves. And now what they doing is They promised, bro, he gonna get away with it for clean slate. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think about, like Cowboy said, Nook didn't really come around out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So to give an opportunity like that, you know what I mean, for this whole situation to go down like this is crazy, man. It's real crazy, man. It's serious out here. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't believe it, man. I just can't believe how they would do something so despicable and disgusting like this. You know what I mean? Like I say, people still got their antennas up on Cowboy. We getting his money from the Bentley. All this stories never adding up. I mean, immediately when Cowboy said his story, everybody went back and looked at the video of the actual situation and realized that Cowboy made up everything that came out of his mouth. You know, even the part about going in the burger joint. You know what I mean? Like I say, I feel like he knew more than what he's saying out of his lips. You know what I mean? Period, man. That is period, man. And like I say, man, I don't know if Eric Holder, you know what I'm saying, was scared of Rim Paul or what the case may have been. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to figure out how everybody got hit but Rim Paul. You know what I mean? That was weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Unless he was in fear, or Rim Paul can run very fast. You know what I mean? But that was a weird situation right there. You know what I mean? All the way, man. Like Spider Loke said, man, this situations like this, man, we look at it, we read about it, we listen to all these statements and stuff that's going down. But in reality, man, it's I always say, it's always that person in that dark room, man. There's always so many layers to these type of situations, man. You know what I mean? Like I say, man, it's so many pieces and parts to a lot of what you call extortion. You know what I mean? OGs trying to, you know what I mean, take over rank and stuff like that. And then you got all these people politicking, you know what I mean, trying to just take over real estate. And it's just so much indebted into that, you know what I mean? Especially in that place, you know what I mean? When you're talking Cali and LA, that's one of the most vicious and dangerous places that people go to. And they realize that it's real out here. You know what I mean? It's real. These guys out here breathe this. It's what Chicago is today. I feel like Chicago probably be a little bit more aggressive at this point, but LA was at an aggressive height at one point. It kind of a little bit calmed down, but not really. You know what I mean? But LA is really wicked, man. You know what I mean? I heard DL Hughley, you know what I mean, on the Vlad joint, and he was talking about it. He was like, man, Tupac, Big, you know what I mean, all the big legends, man, fell right there. You know what I'm saying? All of them, man. All the big time legends, man. Like I say, man, when you go to Cali, man, it's a different energy, man. It's definitely different, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, I feel like if you're going to live out there or be out there, you got to play. It's a politic thing, you know what I mean? It really is. And if your politics off, I mean, things can happen, you know what I mean? Like, and that's real rap. I'm being real with it. Your politics got to be on point in an environment like that. Them guys really are on go out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, from the oldest man, from one of the oldest mans in the clique, they on go. You know what I mean? That's just real. You know what I mean? So when we see situations like this, man, we understand even the most business person with the tightest suit on got something within them. You know what I mean? So like I say, man, when we see this and we see Cowboy rolling around with Bentleys and wobs of money, and he was sweeping the floors and, you know what I mean, taking out the trash and stuff like that, it confused people in the audience because we trying to figure out where's all this money coming from. You know what I'm saying? Then we see Eric Holder with lawyers and stuff like that, and everybody's on the cover-up thing. You know what I mean? So now what happens now? The business partner fading away from the scene because we see him with Tip and Charlamagne the God and all these big name rappers and stuff, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared. And he disappeared because a lot of the paperwork was fraudulent. You know what I mean? Everything. They them people in Cali put him on blast in front of everybody. We seen bro doing documentaries and all of that. And then all of a sudden, bro, just disappeared. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hold up. We just saying, and then he got to explain this stuff. Could choke no joke. Called him up himself. I said, what's going on, bro? Is this real? And bro said it was real. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh man, I don't know about this, man. Like I say, man, it's deeper than rap, man. It's just deep, man. I just feel like, man, when you look at the story and all the pieces within it, and then we seeing everybody fade away, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on with that? You know what I mean? It's weird. It's in the weird space. You know what I mean? I feel like they covering it up now at this point. You know what I mean? Year later, everybody's doing a cover up. Everybody ducking and dodging, you know what I'm saying? Trying to move out of the way of this. You know what I'm saying? By the grace, you know what I mean? Everybody trying to move out of the way of this situation, man. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's just the cover up. You know what I mean? Everybody fading back. You don't see them doing interviews and none of that, because they already know them questions going to come up. So, Gross, can we ask you about this paperwork with Vegas and what happened with you and my man Nip in Vegas? And also, what's going on with the property now? When they start asking him questions like that, he can't answer them. Why? Because he know what he doing. He already know what he doing. The American people know what he's doing. And it's despicable. It just is, man. You know what I mean? We didn't like the way it went down because it didn't look right. You know? And I think that's what's going on right there. I think where everybody's looking at the paperwork and looking at all the stuff that's going on, they want him to answer the question is, why is it that you are left with all this stuff? Like, what is going on, man? I mean, what was your involvement in this situation, sir? We need to know the truth. We need to know answers from you. Can you tell us this? He's not going to go on interviews because he know they're going to blast him. Can you imagine them being on any interview show, Charlemagne or anybody, and they ask him these questions? I don't think Charlemagne going to do it because I seen Charlemagne getting in bed with him too. A lot of these guys getting in bed with this guy. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, it's a lot of dirty people doing dirty things in these communities, man. I mean, we all unravel the truth about these situations, man. You know, like I said before, man, you could put the dude, listen, think about it, man. Everybody that's bosses and big time guys, they don't go out there and do this stuff themselves. They pay the money up. And then you might even see the real guy. He might send a guy to do it. Guy might be a third, fourth person involved in this situation. You know what I mean? But if you look at the scheme of everything, it was a lot of people involved on that scene. Come on now. Like when we looked at these videos, we broke down these videos multiple times, we seen so many people involved. This in the parking lot alone, not even doing the getaway driver. Now, come on, man. Somebody with some bread was doing this. They put this together in the best way they possibly could, and they knew what they was doing from the beginning. They knew. This ain't no some coincidence type of thing. What idiot would believe that this was a coincidence? This wasn't no coincidence. This wasn't no random thing. This was planned and put together. Period, man. Man, I'm just like, where do these people come from with keep talking about something? That this was a random and emotional thing. Bro, Cowboy specifically said that they was outside having a conversation, chopping it up, talking about old times, and it was a good conversation. Even when Nip asked him about the paperwork, bro still was in an okay mood to even bring his music up. And nobody knew what single he was talking about when he said he dropped the single. Nobody knew. Everybody's face was puzzled when they looked at him when he said, "Did you hear my music?" That's what Cowboy said. In the paperwork, they said that Eric walked up to Ron Paul and gave him a handshake and took something from Ron Paul. It was in the dockets. Now, like I say, in the camera, you see a lot of things moving and shaking in the video. That's what I'm saying. When they asked Cowboy, did he ever see the slowed down version of the whole situation? He said absolutely not. He don't watch the videos. Now, I mean, either he lying or he telling the truth. But the truth is, we see all these movements happening. They got it on camera in front of the telephone store, the burger spot, on the side where he came from the alley. It's a camera there. So my whole point is, enough of the BS, man. That's all I'm saying. It's enough of this BS about this whole thing being some one guy doing something. And now, like I say, I don't know if this was music stuff or what. Cause Cowboys in the interview said, we ain't no big time music group or nothing like that. You don't have to be, buddy. It's the money that you accumulated. Even if you're doing independent things, man, and you taking over properties and stuff of this nature, you are stepping on somebody's feet and they don't want you to be there. That's all it is. When you stepping on somebody's feet, they can't eat like they want to eat. They say, I want to remove it. That's what they do. You know what I mean? We talking Cali now. You know what I mean? We not in no suburban neighborhood. Even suburban neighborhoods, they get down crazy. You understand what I'm saying? When their mentality is not all the way clear. You know what I mean? So like when I do this story and I break this down to people, I try to get it into their soul to understand that once you get into power, once you start getting money, now I know you love your hood. I know you love to be around. I know this. Have security, dog. I know they all on the rap videos, man. Oh, you got to go to your hood with security, man. Yes, if you're building and doing all these different creative things, you have to, bro. Because you got to understand, it's so many powers beyond everything. And then what you got to understand, everybody trying to make some money. So when you get a dude a couple of dollars, he gonna do a sting just because you get him a couple of dollars. How many dudes you know right now, if you rich and you got money and you get on, oh, I got 10 bands for you, go take care of that. Man, that dude gonna jump off that couch so quick. 10 bands? Man, I did that yesterday, homie. What you talking about? You got 10 bands for me? I got you. Now, the money that they offered, Eric, do you know how much money they offer them? You talking about a dude that's on the street that do this for a living, they probably ain't even getting paid for it all the time. And they say, what? We're going to give you this much money right here. Go take care of that, buck. And we're going to make sure you get your good lawyer, and we're going to make sure you good. You know what I mean? That man, look, think about it, man. That man high as heck going up there. Even Cowboy said the man was lit. He was already out of his noodle. He was high when he walked up there. He wasn't even in his right mind. The driver wasn't telling the true story, bro. Wasn't telling the true story. What happened to Cal? What happened to Eric before he even got the nip? He was getting into some altercations, man. The dude was flipping out, cuz. Listen, y'all gotta pay attention to all the stories that's coming out, all the articles that's coming out, and understand that this was deeper than that, man. That's real rap, man. Like we can't sugarcoat this no more, man. This ain't no more sugarcoating, man. Tell the business part, come on out and do an interview and let the people know what's really going on. We ain't heard from him since then. You know what I mean? Let people come to the stage. You know what I mean? Can we get Cowboy on a real platform like Vlad TV or somewhere where we know Vlad is the police and we know Vlad gonna get him to answer the real questions? Put him on Vlad. We know what Vlad is, man. Vlad was a low-key officer, man. He would get this guy to talk, man. You know what I mean? For real, man, because these stories is fake. Man, that's just real, man. I'm being honest with you, man. I mean, get David Gross and get him to go right on. I think, matter of fact, I think Eric Holder was trying to do an interview with Vlad, though. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get up there. But like I say, you know, I just feel like this whole thing is a sickening, sick, twisted reality of what people would do, you know what I mean, for a couple of dollars. You gotta understand, it's a bigger, it's levels to it, you know what I mean? You sending a dude that ain't got nothing to go do something that he do on a regular. He go bang bang on a regular. Oh, I'm gonna give you 10 grand or give you, know what I mean, 55,000 or whatever. Nigga like, what? I'm off the couch already, bro. I'm locked and loaded, dog. That's what they saying out there, bro. I'm telling you, go around any LA dude right now in the street, dog. He banging. And I ain't talking about on nip, I'm just talking about on regular, dog. You know what I'm saying? We know what type of mentality that is, dog. Niggas in the hood. What hood you know you get a dude that type of money and he ain't gonna move? Now I ain't saying they gonna move on nip. I'm just saying move on any other dude that they get paid to go do. They would have done it. That's real talk. And there's a higher person putting in the bread or whatever to make these moves happen. That's just point blank period. Now anybody with sense would know what I'm talking about is real, dog. You talking about jump off the couch? These dudes ain't making no money. They ain't making that type money like that on this one job. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, the dude Cowboy even said the man came up lock and loaded, man. His brain, he wasn't even dead when he was in there. He was already out of his noodle already. He ran this play that he was paid to do. You know what I mean? He even said it in the article that he was paid to do this. If he was on Vlad, he was going to tell Vlad everything. Vlad declined the interview. He declined it. Vlad declined the interview. I guarantee he was going to expose everything that was going on. They didn't want him to do that. I think somebody probably came to Vlad was like, no, don't do it, Vlad. There's bigger powers involved, Vlad. Don't do it, Vlad. There's bigger powers involved, Vlad. Don't do it to yourself. I'm out.